Hey you guys, it's Melissa Westlake and welcome back to Wine with Mel. Today's guest is someone who is beyond inspirational. But before we get to him, let's get to the wine. Today we have a California red blend non-alcoholic Chateau. With aromas of cherry and red plum, the flavors of bright red fruits, tangerine, and cranberries is perfect for any of your favorite pasta dishes. I am so beyond excited to introduce you all to the one, the only, the inspirational William Burroughs. Hi!
Hello!
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Glad to be here.
Thanks. I would love for you to tell the audience just a little bit about who you are, where you hail from, what is it that you really do, and just a quick bio, something quick.
Well, I was born in Omaha, Nebraska. I currently live in Huntington Beach, California. I work in marketing for InNOut Burger. Love the beach. I love a good book.
Yeah. Some hobbies,
I love,
here and there.
just having a good time.
Yes.
And I just love to just be a positive force and a positive light in people's lives.
Yes. So I met him through a mutual friend of ours, actually, and the second that I heard his voice, my life literally lit up. I don't know what it is. It's just, you have such a presence, and that attests to a lot of his accomplishments. As he said, he is the field marketing supervisor of InNOut. He was also featured on LA2 News because he actually was awarded the 2021 Big Brother of the Year award. How was that?
I was shocked. I honestly, I had no clue. Our match specialist, they call it when you're a mentor in the program, you're matched with a little, so a mentee, and she went over some other things, and then at the very end, she's like, "Hey, I nominated you for Big Brother of the Year," and I'm like,
"You're like what?
Really?
Yeah.
I've only been doing this for 2.5 years now."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah." And so you go through a process, you write a little essay, and me as the mentor, I don't know what they're going to ask or what the qualifications are because it's all done on a panel.
Oh, wow.
And so then I got another call, and they were like, "Hey, you're one of the finalists." And so
oh my God,
one of five. So
one of five.
One of
and
five.
This is in the entire country.
So right now I represent Orange County, IE, and San Bernardino.
Oh
and so now, since I won our area, now I go to nationals. So whatever that means, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know what that means, but it's just nationals, so worldwide.
Yeah, so look at me.
That's so great.
Yeah.
What brought you to want to be a part of the Big Brother, Big Sister program?
There's actually two parts to this. The first part is I have a coworker. She's a big sister.
Yes.
I was at the gym. The guy I work out with, he was a big brother, and his friend was a big brother. So I'm like, there's a sign here. But I used to, when I lived in LA, I applied and never heard anything back.
Wow. Okay.
And so my thing is it just wasn't the right time to do it.
Yeah.
So I also, my mom growing up, she always made sure we donated, we helped out, whether it was clothes to the shelter.
Yes.
She always, whenever I see her, where's your socks and your t-shirts to give to the women's battered women's shelter, whatever, for the kids. And so there was another thing that was ingrained in me just to make sure I give back. And so a way of doing that is just to mentor and just, help out the best way possible.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, I want to be part of this program, man. I don't know about, but I'm feeling so much inspiration from just sitting here next to you. I mean, where does your inspiration come from? I mean, you're such a light. I'm literally looking at you, vibrating. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know. I think my story, if you saw it on paper, it wouldn't be what society has you believe. I grew up in a single parent home.
Yes.
My father wasn't in the picture. We grew up in an area where, at least when we first moved to San Diego, it wasn't the best area until we moved out of that area. As in elementary school, I wasn't the best student, so as I progressed in school, I got better, and I was AP,
You're just throwing that out there, into the
But I think the inspiration came from my mother. She's always a person that strives for the best. She's always, she always told me, I don't care what you do, just do something. And so I felt free to be who I am, free to just explore and experiment, and just free to, just like I said, be a positive person and add some positive energy, positive light. And being a mentor, my first thing was like, what do I know? How can I be somebody's mentor?
Yeah.
So I don't have a brother or a sister. Who can I? But I just learned that everyone has a story. Everyone has experiences. Everyone has gone through something. And, just sharing your story, who you are, can inspire others. So.
Period on that. Speaking of which, it's just, have you ever felt like as a mentor, like have you ever felt just like, oh my God, can I do this? Is this something where I'm like, oh my God, like you're just freaked out for a second?
Initially I did, because my little brother Andrew, his father was killed. About 6 months before we were introduced. And so it was that, how do you not get into his personal space, but still be that light and like making sure you don't say the wrong things. And so he was wearing a bracelet once, and I was like, "Oh, what a cool bracelet!" Oh, my dad gave it to me, and I was like, try to change the subject, because I was trying to make him, when he wants to talk about it, bring that topic up.
Yes.
And so that was probably the hardest thing just to navigate through, just to make sure he was comfortable with me sharing something so personal, so deep. But initially I went through the state of mind like, what do I have to share? Like, what do I, how can I mentor someone? Like, what do I don't have any kids. Like, what do I have to offer?
Yes.
And am I doing a good job? Am I doing it right? And I just learned, just embrace with love. Like, it's all about love. And
you're all about to cry right now.
Like, don't cry.
Don't cry. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to touch a little bit on InNOut, your experience there. How did you get to be the field marketing supervisor of InNOut?
Yeah, well, I first started InNOut when I was in high school, and I didn't even want a job. Yeah.
Way.
So it'll be 24 years for me 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations! Just give me tears on that.
Yes.
24 years. My dear.
And 26 more to go. I'm retiring after 20 years.
That part. Y'all, you heard it here first.
But I came back from vacation. My friends had an interview with InNOut. This is in San Diego. And they were like, we have an interview, you should come. I'm like, no, my mom gives me allowance, put gas in my car. Like, I don't need a job. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I was involved in school a lot at the time too. So I was like, I don't have time. They was like, come on. So they finally convinced me to go. And I interviewed, and I got the job, and they didn't. And so, I was like,
so that is great.
Yeah, I didn't even want a job. So one of those, what does it say about
it's
that?
It's one of those moments, though, when you don't want it, it comes to you. When you want it, it's like, well, where is it?
Exactly. So from there, typically you had that song, started from the bottom and now I'm here. Like, I was the guy wiping tables, sweeping floors, refilling customers' drinks, and slowly but surely, from there I moved to Long Beach and became a trainer there, and just started moving to management. And so, it's a fabulous company. Like every position I've held has been one, and I'm lucky in the sense that has been made for me, in the sense of training here, and I used to open up all our locations as far as the trainer and helping do the hiring process and all those things. And so I had a lot of tools and things under my belt that just helped me to flourish. So now I'm just training the field marketing supervisor, and it's just been great.
That's amazing. Have you ever felt in your journey with InNOut, just kind of down, maybe unmotivated, kind of low at all, or is it one of those companies and places where you're so motivated to go to work every day?
Right. I think in everyone's life, there's hills and valleys and peaks and valleys and mountains, and there's always ups and downs.
Yes.
But I understand with my job, when I understand with InNOut, there's going to be those times when you're questioning that, but having trust in the company and the direction that they're going, I know in the long run it's going to be okay.
I love that.
I know it's going to be okay. Yeah. So we all go through those things, but
he's like I don't really think
Yeah.
What keeps you motivated? I want to ask you, just with InNOut, with the Big Brother, Big Sister program, what is something that every day you're like, I want to do this because I'm so motivated?
my team, I have a team that you know, that I oversee.
Yeah.
I've learned that it's, how can I say this? I'm responsible for the development just as much as they are, but I want to make sure that they have my 100%, and I want to make sure that I'm open and honest with them to allow them to grow. With mentoring, you know, he's 12 now. He's about to be a teenager. I first met him when he was 10.
Wow.
And so it just excites me just to see him grow and develop. Like, you know, we were at Starbucks and, you know, and helping him read and helping him go over his homework, because that's really important to his mom.
Yeah,
and so we just
absolutely.
make sure we doing schoolwork, but we're going to have fun later.
But we going to have fun though, you know.
So I was sitting there and the lady comes over to me and she says to me, you know, the time, you know, enjoy this time right now. It's not going to last forever.
Yes.
And so I looked at her and said, well, thank you, you know. And
Yeah.
I know she thought I was his father.
Yeah.
Like, not his dad,
but,
but it's seeing him grow, seeing him just his, because he's Mexican.
Yes.
So just seeing how his language has changed, as he can articulate his words, he can read better. His math is great. I can see him developing into a young man. And that's so inspirational because, and not to say, well, he's doing it because of me. I know it's not just because of me, but I know recognizing those little things and be able to, you know, acknowledge and congratulate and point out when he's doing well, that inspires him to want to do even more good things. And so that's what gives me the inspiration to do. Mel.
It's so sentimental. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I would love to play a little game with you.
Let's do it.
Called Would You Rather. It's one of my favorite games. It's very easy, very lighthearted, very fun, nothing crazy.
Okay.
No. So, first question. Would you rather have a Texas accent and live in New York, or a New York accent and live in Texas?
I don't want to live in Texas ever. So Texas and live in New York.
Would you rather meet Janet Jackson or the Jackson 5?
Technically, I met them all already, so...
So we ain't even gotta ask that question. We just gotta move on to the next one. Would you rather always smile at the end of a sentence no matter what, or belt out Janet lyrics at the end of every sentence? I mean...
I'm gonna say smile. I'm a natural
You
smiler.
sure?
I think people think I was crazy if I'm like, control! Hey!
I don't know about y'all. I would love that. I think that's great. Well, I have no more questions for you because you're literally just such an amazing person. And I can't thank you enough for just coming onto the show and sharing with us a little bit about who you are. And I kind of just want to, give you the floor, drop any last minute gems, plug anything you want to plug. The floor is yours and the audience is yours and whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh.
He's like, oh, okay.
As I said earlier, it's all about love. And, it's especially in this day and age and everything going on in society, and this past summer has just, been heart-wrenching in every sense of the word. And I've come to learn and know that, I am my brother, I am my sister. Mm-hmm. And so I got to respect each other as I want that same respect. So I just advise everyone, any way you can help. I'm choosing to mentor, I'm choosing to do other things, but maybe you can't. Maybe your way of helping society is your neighbor, helping them with their trash, or donating money, or whatever that might be for you. But find a way to help society and make this world a better place. So.
Cheers on that.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming on the show. I like that.
Non-alcoholic, by the way.
Non-alcoholic, by the way. You like it, huh?
That's good. That's really good. It really is.
I love it.